Hi there. We are on video 16 of finance, and we started talking about compound interest. Remember, compound interest, you get interest on your principal plus interest on your interest. So it goes up a little bit faster than simple interest does. Now, there's some good things about compound interest, and there's some meh things about compound interest. The nice part, and I'm going to blame myself for this, is we use the same variables. Okay, and they mean the same thing. I am not fond of having 42 different equations for stuff when, 5 will do. You just need variations on the theme. All right, so A is the accrued amount, the amount at N. P is your principal. I is still interest. N is still the time. We're going to make a few changes to them. And by the way, just to make sure, this is the number 1. It doesn't help. Every once in a while, students say, why is there a letter L in there? No. Number 1. All right. But compound interest, we have to make some adjustments. In the last video, we talked about the more you compound, so the more times you calculate the amount of interest and add that into the principal, the more money you're going to end up with. But you do not have to compound per year. You can compound, well, take a look. You can compound annually, which is what we were doing with the first set of calculations. So that's once a year. Or you can do it semi-annually. Oops, sorry, twice a year. Quarterly. 4 times. Whoops, don't need right there. That looked nice, because I'm going to use this as my answer key. 4 times a year, or 12 times a year. All right, big question. How many months in a year? How many weeks in a year? Yes, 52. Occasionally people get confused and they say 48, and then bad things happen. And 365. So this is the formula you need to know. And I'll show you as we're doing these. There's a kind of very specific way I write them, and it helps you catch mistakes. Because I really hate making mistakes in front of people. All right, and so N is the total number of time periods, and it's the number of years times compounding periods. Oh, that should have happened. Per year. And N is I can't think of any example where it isn't a whole number, but I guess it could be. But it's definitely going to be a large number, like not like interest where it's 0 point something or other. It's usually going to be, it can be like 5 or 10. I've done questions where it's like 400. So usually going to be a big number. So for example, if something is compounded annually for 12 years, okay, so this is the question. So you start with 12 years times once a year. So it's like 1 is 12. If we have compounded semi-annually for 12 years, well, how many years? 12 years starts there. And semi-annually means twice a year, which is where the 24 comes from. So 24 time periods. And remember, a time period is every time they do the calculation and reset and add that little bit of interest in for you. Compounded weekly for 5 years. So it's 5 years times 52 weeks in, I don't know what that is. 5 times 52. It's 260. Remember I said they could get big, and that's fine. So don't worry about it. Okay. And I guess we could do 7.5 years. And we got 12 months in a year. So 7.5 times 12 is 90. And it's really important because if you forget to do that, your whole question is going to be messed up. So, goodness, I didn't realize that was going to make the whole world go like that. Really important. I'm not going to bang on my table to emphasize that, but make sure when you're doing compound interest, you adjust for the time periods. We didn't bother with simple interest because simple interest is always calculated per year. So every single one of them would be like 12 years times once a year. It'd just be a waste of our time. So, ta-da! There are the changes for N.